Can't boot off the external optical. Oh my. Even Linux can't save us here. Greetings and welcome back to Crazy Ben. So, and also the Toshiba satellite Saga, featuring the Toshiba satellite A305 S6905. So yeah, in the last episode, in the last part, which was also recorded today, earlier today, that is, we tried to install several operating systems on here, including Windows Vista, Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows XP, and basically nothing worked. So, we're going to try something scientists call process of elimination. Now, off camera, I did find a donor machine, an HP Mini 1000, that had a stick of 1GB DDR2 RAM in it. I popped that in, and guess what? Known good RAM still didn't work. So, at this point, I'm thinking either one of two things. So it definitely isn't bad RAM at this point. So it could be actually three things. It could be either the internal optical drive is bad, it could be something with the motherboard, or it could just simply be that the charger I'm using is not kosher with this laptop. Like, I don't know at this point. I did find another charger that is it's an IBM ThinkPad charger, and its plug does fit this laptop. The problem is the output's only 16 volts. This laptop needs 19 volts. And I don't have any other universal chargers that I could use to power this thing up. So at this point, we've sort of run into a bit of a dilemma, but not to worry because I've got my handy external optical drive here. So we're going to put in our Windows XP CD. Go to the BIOS. I have to set this back to legacy mode because AHCI is not supported by Windows XP. So we have to set this to compatibility. And let me see, legacy USB support for legacy universal serial bus. Yes. Okay. Can we change the USB-C? See, that's the problem. I can't change. It keeps wanting to boot off the internal optical drive, which I don't think is faulty, but it doesn't want to do it. But there's another option here. Because I have a couple other options. Well, let's just try a few things here. Let's try to boot off the external optical drive. Let's just try to boot off that first and see if we get anywhere. That's going to be the easiest solution. I have two other solutions in mind. So let's try CD DVD and see if it boots off the frickin' other external optical drive. Okay, I hear the disk spinning up. You can't boot off the external optical. Oh my frick. Okay, well, I've literally tried every other freaking USB port, and guess what? Yeah. Because this is a Toshiba, and because Toshiba can be ridiculous sometimes, I wasn't going to say the R word there. Well, ridiculous is an R word, but who cares? Yeah, it doesn't allow you to boot off of any external CD-ROM drive. I even whipped out my Lenovo USB external drive, and it still doesn't frickin' work. So, plan B, because this does have IEEE 1394, and guess what I have? Okay, the camera's too close. But yes, I've got this handy Sony Vaio in its original box DVD-ROM drive. Now, it's going to be slow as molasses, but you know what? Screw it. It's a FireWire drive. We're gonna put this frickin' thing to good use. I haven't been able to use this bad boy since my dad bought it in the year 2000. Bought it in 2001. And yes, he did have a Vaio back then for a very brief period of time, if that's what you were wondering. But I do have the original box. My dad almost never used this thing. And no, it's going to be too small. I was going to say, it almost looks like the power adapter could fit, but I doubt this is 19 volts. Yeah, 10 volts, no way. No way. that would work. All right. So, Dad, I'm sorry I have to use your Vio's external optical drive, external optical drive, FireWire external optical drive. The only thing is, though, it says it's only for use with Sony computers, but you know what? That's probably BS, which I'm probably going to shoot myself in the foot by saying that. But let's see if that's true or not. All right, here we go. We're going to power down, connecting the FireWire cable. We got power to the drive, thank goodness. Connecting the FireWire cable now. Alright, let's go to the BIOS and let's see if this freaking thing will boot from a FireWire optical drive. Okay, well I see Matsushita. Frick! Seriously? There's no down arrow selected device. Oh. Oh, I thought it meant like you could select... Oh, piece of frickin' crapola. Well, I can tell this is probably not going to work, but you know what? Screw it. We're going to try it anyways. XPCD. Here we go. Putting the XPCD into our FireWire optical drive. Doesn't even show up here, which is not a good sign. I swear, if Toshiba doesn't let you boot from frickin' FireWire. I hear the drive just spun up, but it's probably not going to work. Nope. Doesn't let you boot from FireWire either. What the heck? Okay, so I'm on my daily driver. Wrong page. And I found this is I'm actually doing a remote session into my what used to be my primary domain controller, but what is now my file server, my Windows Server 2K19 server, my Dell PowerEdge T150. T110, not T150. That's my primary DC. But I'll show you guys the specs here. This is Klein FS. As you can see, there's my Surveyor. It's a first gen i3 550, 3.2 gigahertz, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Windows Server 2K19 standard, 1809. It did have 2K16, but I upgraded it to 2K19. So what I'm doing is I'm downloading a universal copy of Windows Vista 64-bit, and I'm going to make a bootable USB because the satellite A305S6905 does support USB booting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make using Rufus. I'm going to make a bootable USB thumbstick that contains Windows Vista. And yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, but at this point, I'm so done trying to do these CDs and DVDs. But there is one more thing I'd like to do. The problem is frickin' archive.org is really slow, so I might need to use a different site. In fact, I think I will. But I'll get this to work somehow. But there's one thing I want to do really quickly, so while we're waiting for this, let's go ahead and give that a try. Well, how fitting! Guess what I found in my CD collection? Something I made in 2009, December 4th, 2009, Ubuntu 9. Guess what, guys? It's all about the number 9 tonight. So you know what? If we can't get Windows on here, let's do frickin' Linux! Yeah! Let's try Linux. If this thing's even bootable, I don't even know if this disk was bootable because I don't know if I even made it boot. I can't English tonight. I don't even know if I made this disk bootable. I don't think I did, but let's see. The disk's spinning, but it is not bootable apparently. But that is quite all right because guess what? Yeah, because apparently I didn't know how to make... I was sort of a novice at making bootable DVDs. Well, this is just a CD, but I was a novice at this back in the day. But yeah, I think I just did this... I don't think I made this bootable. So, but that's okay because I also have a CentOS disk here, which I know is bootable. I believe this is CentOS. I could be wrong, but let's see. Yep, okay, this is CentOS. Yep, CentOS 7. Okay, I was going to say. So let's install CentOS 7 and see if this frickin' thing works. Well, it's a shame we couldn't install a more age-appropriate version of Ubuntu on here, but what are you gonna do? Alright, well, I just want to see if this optical drive is any good. Because, and I want to try to rule out if it's the charger, if it's some sort of driver incompatibility, if it's some sort of motherboard issue. I'm literally just trying every possible avenue I can think of to get this freaking thing working. And so far, I don't see anything on the display. So did it just kernel? Well, it hasn't kernel panicked yet. Okay, well, I was going to say, I shouldn't have, maybe I spoke too soon. We had disk activity for a second there. Let's just see if it can, let's just see if Linux, nope, even Linux can't save us here. So, yeah, we've either got, so that doesn't seem too promising because at this point, I'm almost thinking, you know, I know Isaac Wright in the comments said it could have been the charger, but here's the thing, here's what I don't understand, okay? Here's what I don't understand. Isaac, you may be right, get it, just like the Billy Joel song says, as your last name would suggest. But here's the one thing I just don't understand. If it was the charger that I was using, then why does the laptop power on and boot into Windows? It's got to be a driver. Like, there's just no other explanation. There's got to be some sort of driver issue or some component on the motherboard that's causing the BSOD. Because what else could it freaking be at this point? Like, I'm literally at a loss here. I'm mostly at a loss here. I mean, there's one more charger I can try, but I honestly don't think it's going to make a difference. But if it does, well, then stroke me, as the Billy Squire song says. But you know what? Let's give it a try. I've got this Chicone power adapter here. We're going to give this a go. We're going to see if this frickin' works. And I swear if this does, someone's going to get smacked in the head. But here we go. Okay, got a charge light. Alright. So, while we're waiting for this Vista image to download, let me grab my official Vista disk and we'll try this again. Because the Chicone power adapter seems to be compatible. So at this point, why not try it? Right, kids? Right, Daddy-O? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry that I said that. Who even says Daddy-O anymore? Okay, well, I gotta go find my frickin', you know what, screw it. Let's just use the Vista RTM disk. I've had enough of this horse crap. Seriously, I have. Or, well, the only thing is, this is, you know what, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No me importa. And here's why I say that. Because I've literally got my Vista Home Basic disk. We're going to boot off this darn thing, and if this damn thing doesn't work, then I'm going to throw this laptop in Fletcher Lake. I seriously am. Alright, we're going to boot off this disk. I have a different power adapter. The fact that you can't boot off of an external CD-ROM drive, that's the thing. I'm going to try this first, because Isaac Wright, let's see if your last name really does make you the smartest person alive on Earth. It just doesn't make sense to me that it would BSOD after, it's got to be, it's either, like I said, I've narrowed it down at this point. It's not the RAM, I don't believe it's the optical drive, it's not the graphics card, it's not the hard drive, it's got to either be something on the motherboard that it just is faulty, or it's either that, or maybe it was the power adapter I was using. See, because here's the thing, I'm going to look at my Chicone adapter here. I want to see something here. What's the wattage on this? Because my universal adapter goes up to 19.5 volts. This is 19 volts, 90 watts. And the Targus adapter is 19.5 volts, 90 watts, 4.61 amps. Chicone is 19 volts, 4.74 amps at 90 watts. So, maybe the extra 0.5 volts was the problem? I mean, Isaac Wright, you may be right. Get it? You may be right. Oh my god. I am so sorry. But then why wouldn't the laptop why would the laptop even power, like why wouldn't the laptop tell me that the wrong because wouldn't the don't modern, yeah, even this AC adapter is having problems too. It's the same problem. So Isaac Wright, I'm sorry, but you're Isaac wrong. Sorry, I didn't mean to harass you like that. But yeah, it doesn't even boot. It's still BSODs, even with a different AC adapter that's fully compatible. That's the right voltage, the right wattage, and everything. So, like what so if it's not, alright, well, I'm going to try a USB boot. If it's not, that's going to be the next step is to try booting from USB. I'm literally going to write a Windows Vista USB flash drive, and we're going to see if this thing can install from USB. Because evidently I can't freaking boot it from the freaking external optical drive. It simply does not like USB external optical drives. So I don't know why that is. Well, actually, no, I do, because it's Toshiba, and Toshiba is very picky about what external media you use. So in this case, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to try to boot it. I'm going to make a bootable Windows Vista USB stick using Rufus. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to install Windows from the USB stick on here and see if it makes a difference. And if that doesn't work, the only other way I could actually get an OS on here is to take the drive out, put it into a different machine, and just install the OS there. Or, well, actually, I could get my drive sled and create attach it as a physical machine to VirtualBox and install the OS that way. I mean, I have that option too. I just have to get my drive sled out of my car, but like this whole thing has just been an entire, it's like this is like the epoch of frustration here. Like, just a whole era, like the frustration era for the new year. Like, I've spent at least 3 hours with this crap, and it's like I'm sort of at a loss here, because I really didn't think this laptop was going to put up a fight, but it really has shown that it's going to be disputatious with me tonight and at the beginning of the year. So, yeah, I mean, I've literally tried everything. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just mentally analyzing what in the hell could be wrong. Because, you know, it doesn't matter what operating system I try to load, BSODs, or in the case of Linux, kernel panics when attempting to boot into the operating system. So, but usually, here's the thing. Here's what makes me think that it's not a bad optical drive. I mean, it could entirely be a bad optical drive. I'm not ruling that out. But it just seems if the optical drive were bad, it wouldn't even give me the option to boot off of the optical drive. Or it wouldn't even read the disk. I mean, it's possible that that optical drive is bad, but it's hard for me to test that theory when I can't even plug in a USB external drive, let alone two, and freaking boot this thing off of an external drive to rule out whether the optical drive's bad or not. So, it really is sort of frustrating at this point. And I did actually find my MemTest 86 CD, and yeah, no, the RAM is perfectly fine. There's no bad RAM in this computer. The RAM is fine. And here's the other thing too. If the power adapter were the problem, this computer's been powered on. It's got to either be the motherboard or the optical drive, because at this point, because the system would have, if it were the power adapter, the system either wouldn't have booted, wouldn't have even turned on, or simply would have shut off by now. But the fact that it's been on, I've been flapping my gums for at least 5 to 10 minutes here, and the system is still on. So that tells me that there's clearly no issues with the AC adapter. So at this point, I've narrowed it down. There could either be there could be two things wrong with this laptop. Either the optical drive is bad, or the either the optical drive is bad, or the whatchamacallit, the either the optical drive is bad, or the there's a component on the motherboard that's not functioning. Now, this computer does have an eSATA port, but I seriously doubt that I'll be able to use that. I'm not even going to attempt to plug a standard desktop-size optical drive into this thing because I just know it's not going to work. I mean, and plus, I don't have the necessary tools to do that. So at this point, really, the only other option I can try is USB. And unless I can find an ATA... Well, no, I forgot. These laptops don't use ATA-API optical drives. They use standard SATA drives, which actually may come in handy. And here's why I say that. I do have... But the optical drive is faulty. Never mind then. I was going to say, I do have an HP Pavilion DV2000 Media Center PC that does have a SATA optical drive. There's just one small problem. The drive doesn't effing work. Or at least it does, but it has trouble reading disks. So, yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. I'll show on camera, on my MacBook, me making the bootable Windows Vista USB optical drive, or USB stick, USB installation media. Jeez, I couldn't think of the words there. Then what I'll do is we'll go ahead and shut this down for now, close the lid, and we'll wait for the installation media to be created. Once the installation media has been created, we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, then we may need to, well, it would probably cost more to get a new motherboard for this thing than to just replace the whole damn thing. So this may be a lost cause if I can't get, if that doesn't even work. I mean, the only other thing I can try is using an official charger, but I literally just looked up what the original charger's output was, and it's exactly 19 volts. It's a 19 volt. I believe it was 19 volts, and I believe it was the same amperage. Yeah, almost 4.75 amps, 4.74 amps. Sorry, and that's the same as this Chicone power adapter. And I know Toshiba power adapters are. I think some of them were manufactured by Chicone for Toshiba. So the fact that a Chicone adapter doesn't even work doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I just saw that my file's done downloading. Let's go make that bootable USB. Okay, kids, here we are. Here's Rufus. All right. We're going to select an ISO image. If this will frickin' work. Please, there you go. Vista. Good. Okay. We're going to do a standard Windows installation, not to go. GPT. It is okay. Actually, no, I'm sorry, not GPT. We want MBR because this is not This is not UEFI. So we're going to make it master boot record, BIOS, which is legacy. Call it what you like. NTFS. Start. Go. Deleting partitions. Okay. Formatting with NTFS. Okay. Rufus is working its magic. Okay, Rufus, do your thing, and when you're done, we'll see if this frickin' thing works. And if you're curious what my servers look like, well, there you go. On the left is my primary domain controller, the Dell PowerEdge T150, which I unboxed back in June of last year. And then my former primary domain controller, which I had in storage for a little while, my Dell PowerEdge T110, not to be confused with a former server I had, a Dell PowerEdge T110 2. legitimately, I don't really know what the difference was between the two. I think the PowerEdge T110 used the older first generation Intel i-series CPUs, and which this one does. This is a first gen i3, and the T110-2 used Sandy Bridge, which was second gen Intel i-series CPUs. I guess there's some other like bug fixes that Dell did, but yeah, that's just, I just wanted to show you. So the server you see, the T110 over there, is the one that I'm using Rufus on, and obviously, since it's a server, I just have that set up over there, and then I just have a remote desktop connection to that server on my MacBook, because, you know, it's a server, I don't really need a monitor for it, so I simply just set up a using Microsoft's remote desktop client for Mac, I just set up an RDP session so I can get right into it. I also do that for my primary DC, and if you're curious, yes, I do port forward the IP. I do port forward both the IP address of my file server and my primary DC, so I can connect using my public IP address from anywhere in the world. Only thing is, for the file server, I have to change it to listen on port 3390, and when I type in the public IP, I have to put :3390 because, you know, obviously because, you know, I can't use 3389 for the same public IP address for two servers. So I had to change the file server to listen on a different port, so that way I can just put :3390 after the public IP, and boom, I get right into my file server. So that's just if you were curious. The other way I can do it is I'm thinking about stopping that and instead just sending it back to the way it was, and just using Chrome Remote Desktop. So I do a RDP session into my primary domain controller, and then just use Chrome Remote Desktop to get into the file server if need be, because, you know, obviously port forwarding your server's private IP is not the most secure method, at least not anymore. But you know me, I'm old school, so once I figure out, you know, because I like Chrome Remote Desktop, but there's some things I prefer to use Microsoft RDP for. So until I can figure out a viable solution, maybe that if Chrome Remote Desktop ever releases a major enough update, then I'll just do that full time. But for now, this is what I do, if you were curious. Anyways, let's let Rufus continue copying files. We are at 72.5%. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Rufus does it again. So we'll go ahead and close out of Rufus here. Go ahead and go here. There is our drive. We're going to go ahead and eject it. There we go. Safe to remove. Boom. Now, taking it to the satellite. Okay, kids, moment of truth. Here we go. Starting up the laptop, pressing that F12 key. We're going to go to USB. This better frickin' work. Press any key to boot from USB. Okay. Windows is loading files. You better work. You better freaking work. Or somebody is going to die tonight. Not really. I'm not a violent person. But let's just see what the frick happens. Mother flipping hippopotamus lorem ipsum piece of frickin' crap. I'm gonna go cry now. Alright. So clearly the CD drive wasn't the optical drive wasn't the issue. Alright. Alright. Let's recap, okay? Let's recap, and you'll see why I'm so pissed about this situation, and why I'm convinced it's probably something with the frickin' motherboard at this problem. Okay, kids, let's recap. So what have I done? I tried using different OSs, I tried using different optical drives, I tried booting from USB, I tried using different AC adapters, I checked for bad RAM, I put a different frickin' hard drive in it, and it didn't frickin' work! So, like, I am at a loss here. I'm literally at a loss as to what the hell could be wrong with this thing. I mean, like I said, the only other thing I could try is to put a mechanical hard drive in there, but I don't think that's going to work. Maybe I tried putting a different SSD in there that was older, like it was SATA 2, and it wouldn't even. Ugh. So at this point, I think we're totally dead in the water at this point. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go see if I can find a mechanical hard drive. I'll be right back. So at this point, I'm at a little bit of a loss here. Forgive me, but think of all the frickin' tribulations we've been through tonight, just trying to get this damn thing to work, and what happens? It ends up pissing all over my retinas is what happens. So, like, I am literally at a loss on this one. The only thing I can think of that could be the problem, and is most likely the problem, is something with that motherboard that's just screwed. Like, totally screwed. Because at this point, we've basically ruled out almost every single possibility. I had to take a breather. I literally had to go take like a jog along Bradley Beach well, actually that was earlier this afternoon, but still. I literally had to take a jog along the beach because I cannot for the life of me figure out what in the effing hell is wrong with this freaking computer. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I mean, I have my Windows Embedded POS Ready 2009, but I doubt that's going to make a difference because none of these freaking disks are working. I have one more Linux disk I can try, but it's probably going to be the same damn thing. I honestly am at a complete loss here. Literally, I am. And there's the USB thing, and it's like, what the actual frick, man? Like, what the actual frick? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I don't even know if this Linux disk is bootable. I literally, this is another disk I made back in 2009. I don't know if this damn thing's bootable. It probably isn't. If it's not, I'm just going to get my XP disk out and try my frickin' XP disk. No, it's not bootable. That's what I thought. Okay. Remember back in 2000... Sorry, I had something stuck in my teeth there. Yeah, I remember back in 2009 how I had some difficulty making bootable CDs. Alright. Well, then screw it. I'm just going to get my XP disk. I mean, what else could be wrong with this stupid thing? Like, I just... The only thing I can think of is either there's something wrong with the motherboard, or this computer, or there's something wrong with the motherboard, or... Because I've tried two different... I mean, dude, does it just need an official power adapter? Like, what the hell? Well, what about this? I've got a portable Windows... You know what? I've got this. I've got portable Windows 3.1. It probably won't even work. But just for shits and giggles, just for... Again, I'm going to say that again. Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to try to boot portable Windows 3.1 on this, and I don't even think it's going to boot. Probably not. Okay, well, it booted off the disk. It's in Spanish, but I don't even care. I don't even care that it's in Spanish. I really don't care. Yeah, I can't find the drives because it's frickin' SATA. But let's just see what happens. Is it going to shut off now? This is literally just because press any key to continue. Well, it didn't find any it didn't find the... Well, hold on. Do we have any files on the... Okay. Well, we've got a DOS prompt. Can we type win and get into Windows? Nope, can't get into Windows. Nope, we don't have Windows on here. And we don't have access to our... We don't have a Windows... We don't have Windows, but we do have... Sorry, let me do dir whack p. Oh, you can't do... Oh, because it thinks I have a Spanish keyboard. Frick. Yeah, I mean, this is clearly... It thinks I have a Spanish keyboard. Oh, see, it just did an Nye. Yeah, archivos, so this is obviously Spanish. There's messy decks on here. But this boots! So what the hell? Like, I can boot into DOS, but I can't boot Windows? Like, what in the frick? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And you'd think if there was a motherboard issue, you would think if there was a motherboard issue. That's what I was going to say. Good luck getting freaking Windows 98 on here because it's freaking SATA. Ugh. I mean, unless I did the Druaga hack and cut frickin' Windows 98 on here, but I don't think that's gonna frickin' happen. And you can't get into frickin', you can't even get into Windows, it just, I don't, bah. Oh, and here's my MemTest 86 CD here too. My other MemTest 86 CD. Whoop-de frickin' do. All right. Well, you know what? I've got the Windows 8 release preview here. We can try. I'm just gonna futz around with this and just try like at least a couple. You know, let's try an older. I mean, XP seemed to work the best. So you know what? Let's try a really old version of XP. A really old version of XP. Just for craps, just for shits and frickin' giggles. Alright, so I have here, the disk is unlabeled, but because I literally just made this a couple days ago. This is a copy of Windows XP Tablet PC Edition, version 2002. Okay? So it's XP Tablet Edition 2002, the original version, well, one of the original releases of Windows XP Tablet PC Edition for, okay, so we're going to boot off the disk. Okay, now, oh, did I set this to compatibility mode? Yes, I did. Did I? All right, well, whatever. All right, well, here's the thing, okay? Listen up, kids, because here's the thing. XP seemed to get the farthest. And it booted into the GUI portion of setup. It wasn't until it got to installing devices that it screwed up. So if I could at least get some sort of operating system, I don't care if it's Linux, I don't care if it's Windows, I don't care if it's Mac OS for this at this rate. I just want to get some frickin' OS on here. Like, I can't figure out why in the hell I can't get one effing OS installed on this damn thing. And honestly, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to call it a motherboard issue. There's probably some... But then again, if it was a motherboard issue, then why can I boot to a DOS prompt? And why can I boot... Like, this is not making any sense. This is literally not making any sense. And I'm not even going to put music in this because the last video I uploaded, I had to take most of the music out because of the freaking Content ID system. So thanks, YouTube. And it was the same song, and it still got Content ID'd, and it told me I had to remove it, otherwise the video would get taken, wouldn't be able to be would get demonetized. So it's like, I don't understand life at this point. I really do not understand life at this point. Adonai Echad, what is the meaning of life? Ma omer et chai, Adonai Echad. Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. Anyways, the point is... Okay, I'll stop speaking in Hebrew, but basically the point is לעזור לי עם המחשב סלולרי אדוני אחד. בבקשה, תודה. Binyamin. Drishat Shalom Binyamin. Okay, so maybe praying in Hebrew will help. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I just want to see how far this is going to get before it crashes. Because this whole thing, this whole project has been nothing but frustration. Just outright frustration. Like, so, like I said, this is a Windows XP Tablet PC Service Pack 1 disk. It's the only version of XP that I have that has Service Pack 1. If this does not work, and it probably won't because it doesn't have SATA drivers, well, even though I set it to compatibility mode, I don't freaking know. I don't know. And it should be in compatibility mode, by the way. And no, because I set it to compatibility mode. So at this point, I don't know. This is the thing, man. I mean, this is why, okay. We're going to see if this works, okay? I'm going to keep talking so I don't have to keep putting music in this and potentially get Content ID'd. But let's see if it BSODs here, says no hard disks, or what it's going to tell me. I don't know what the frick to expect at this point, but it's like, son of a bitch. Can't something work for once? Okay, well, it obviously detected the hard drive because it says welcome to setup. Okay, I agree. I don't care. I do not want to repair that. I want to install a fresh copy of Windows. Delete, Enter L, unpartitioned space, NTFS quick. Okay, so we know it got through this portion of setup just fine, okay? We know it got through the format, the DOS portion of setup, we know worked just fine. It wasn't until it got to the GUI portion of setup that it screwed up. So at this point, I'm just going to pause the video here, and when we get to the GUI portion of setup, we'll see what happens. Alright, so we got to the GUI portion of setup again. Now, just to make sure, okay, the touchpad works. Here's the thing, kids, okay? Here's the thing, okay? The only thing I did, so this is not a very controlled experiment, the only thing I did was I disabled the Wi-Fi through both the BIOS and through hardware and through the BIOS, because there's a hardware on-off switch for the Wi-Fi. I turned that off and I disabled the WLAN radio in the BIOS. Because if there's one motherboard or component that attaches to the motherboard that could potentially be the issue, it could be the Wi-Fi. It could have just been that. Because what else would cause both Windows and Linux to both BSOD and kernel panic respectively? I just don't... None of this makes any sense to me. None of this makes sense. Okay, we're back to installing devices. Okay, let's see if it BSODs where it did before. I just want to see. I just want to see. Is this going to BSOD or not? Let's find out. I'm thinking yes, but let's just see what happens. Okay, it's almost to the point where it crashed last time. Okay, the disk spun down. But, is the progress bar moving at all? It is not. Wait. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No way! No freaking way! Are you serious? We actually got to the frickin' regional and language screen? Like, you're kidding me, right? This has me curious. Okay. Okay, hear me out, kids. Hear me out. Because here's the thing. We didn't get nearly this far last time. It crashed before we even got here. But at least now I know that my tablet PC disk does work. So now we're on to something. Are you telling me that freaking disabling the damn Wi-Fi was the oh my God. I swear to God if that was the issue. Okay, well here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and shut the computer down, okay? I'm going to try Windows Vista from USB again, okay? We're gonna try something here, because now that gives me hope. So I'm gonna take my XP CD out, and if this doesn't work, then I'll try XP again. I'll use that XP disk again if that's the what the fuck? I can't boot from the USB media. Oh, did I plug it into the wrong one again? Okay, maybe I did. Okay, well shit. Okay. You've got to be fucking kidding me, man. I went through all that frickin' frustration just to realize what the... Alright, let's try this again. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I didn't want to boot, but frick you. Alright, go. Press any key to boot. Here we go. And I swear to God if this doesn't BSOD. I swear to God. I swear to God. If we get into the frickin' setup, I swear to God. I swear to God. No, we didn't. Okay. So, okay. Well, I'm not going to be... Okay. But at least I know my XP Service Pack 1 disc actually freaking works. So, okay. Alright. Alright. Let's think this through logically, okay? Because so far, this is not making any logical sense. So far, the only operating system I've been able to boot, the farthest I've gotten with this thing is using Windows XP with Service Pack 1. Okay? That's the farthest I've ever gotten on this thing. Let's check our BIOS settings to make sure I'm not going crazy. Alright, so multiprocessing with multiprocessing enabled, Windows XP was able to boot. So what the fuck? Wireless LAN is disabled. Fine. What if I disable built-in LAN? Will that help? You know what? No, because XP was able to work with that. Okay. Let's just disable everything. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's disable everything. I know I'm getting kind of, profane here in this, but you know what? I am going to be a little bit more profane in my videos, just so you know, because, I try to keep my content family friendly, but, some people said they prefer more profanity, so you know what? Screw it! Alright. Alright. So, now we know. Now we know. I just have to get the product key for that version of Windows. I just have to get that product key, but here's the thing, okay? Here's the freaking scoop. I literally, like, what in the hell, man? So, Vista still won't boot. 7 still won't boot because it's doing the exact same thing, yet XP with Service Pack 1 has gotten the farthest. So, what the hell? What the hell? Alright, well I'm going to get back to the GUI portion of setup. I'm just going to start the setup over just to make sure I'm not going insane here. And we're going to see if this freaking thing works. I'm going to restart the setup, I'm going to go back to where we were, and I'm going to see if this fucking thing works. And if I can at least get one stupid operating system loaded on here. Good lord. Okay, it's 30 minutes later. I'm back here. Okay. Here we go, kids. Here we go. Pressing enter. Typing my name. Next. Okay, time for the product key. And if you want this key, follow along. J83MM. J83MM, JVXY4, 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 DQT8K, DQT8K, QH92P, 92P, QH92P, 4RB4T, 4RB4T, RB4T. Great. Okay. SAT A305 905. We'll type an administrator password. Type an administrator password. Okay. The date is correct, the time is correct, except for the time zone. We'll set it to Eastern Time. Okay. It did detect well, it probably detected the modem. Well, maybe it detected okay. It might have actually detected the Ethernet, too. That's actually quite impressive. If that's the case, that'd be great. That means I don't have to frickin' hunt down drivers. And you know what? For activation, I don't even care. For activation, I don't even care. I'm just going to crack activate this crapola. Like, I don't even care at this point. I don't even care. I'm just going to crack activate. And I'll show you guys how to do it. There's plenty of ways to crack activate Windows XP. Alright, copying files. This is the farthest we've ever gotten with any operating system I've attempted to load on this damn thing. So if it wasn't the Wi-Fi, then what was the issue? Like, what in the world? Like, this laptop just does not want to function correctly. And I can't fathom why. I just can't. I just can't. It seems with these older service packs, it works fine. Well, actually no, shush, Ben. It won't work fine. Just shut up. Because you say that, and you know it's going to screw up. You know it will. I know something's going to go wrong. I just know it. At least it took the frickin' product key. Oh, and just so you know, this ISO I downloaded was from archive.org. If you just Google Windows XP Tablet PC Edition Service Pack 1 ISO, you'll find this. You'll find it on archive.org. This ISO image, and the product key is in the is included with the archive. So. Yeah, if you download that ISO, use that product key because it works just fine. Don't use the key that's in the comments because I tried it, it doesn't work. So, just telling you. Anyways, so yeah, just use the key that's in the text file because that key has worked for me every time. And honestly, if this is the only frickin' ISO, if this is the only frickin' edition of XP that works on here, I don't even care. I'm just gonna frickin' crack activate the shit out of this and be done with this crap. And just in case this doesn't work, I downloaded a copy of XP Pro, a Dell copy of XP Pro with Service Pack 2. But you know what? At this point, I don't care if we have to put Tablet PC Edition, despite this not being a tablet PC. I really don't care. Okay, I'm not going to sing a Taylor Swift? I don't even know. I don't listen to modern music, okay? Let's just see if this freaking thing will work. Alright. Alright. I'm going to put some music on. Hopefully it won't get content ID'd. We're going to let this run. We're going to see if this freaking works. And we'll be one happy family. Christ. Okay. I am losing it here. I am literally losing it because all the freaking tribulations we've been through to get this freaking thing to work. But this is, like, literally, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. This is, by far, the farthest we've ever gotten in this whole saga. The farthest, even my XP Pro disc, my XP Pro Service Pack 3 corporate disc didn't work. It got to installing devices, it got about 3/4 of the way through, and then it BSOD'd. This is an unofficial, bare bones Windows XP Tablet PC Edition Service Pack 1 disc, and I don't know. I just don't know. It's an unofficial Windows XP Service Pack 1 Tablet PC Edition disc. And this is not even Tablet PC Edition 2005. This is the original Tablet PC Edition, which I somehow happen to have a valid product key for. And miraculously, well, okay. Shh, don't jinx it. Actually, I do have a valid product key that I could enter for this. So you know what? Because I have two product keys for this. So you know what? Screw it. If this works, then guess who's going to activate it on this computer? Fuck it. Fuck it. And then we're going to be done with this crap. Okay, we got through the installing Windows phase. It's actually saving the settings. I can't believe it. It's actually still working. What, I need to put like a... What did I need to do? Put a bottle of pour Rolling Rock on the computer? And does that make it work? Just pouring booze? Did I pour booze in the speakers? Did that just... I don't frickin'... like, I don't even know, man. Like, this is the farthest it's ever gotten. It just seems that this laptop is very picky about which OS it wants to I don't know. I don't know. I tried Vista. I tried Windows 7. I tried Windows 8.1. I tried CentOS. I tried a flavor of CentOS, a Linux variant. I even off-camera tried Windows 10, and as I expected, I got the same result as Windows 8. And Windows XP got the farthest. The Windows XP Professional Service Pack 3 disc got the farthest. And I even tried portable Windows 3.1, and it booted right into DOS. And yet, the only OS that so far has been able to install is Windows XP tablet. Oh my god, it got through the GUI portion of setup. No way. Okay. Okay, bro. Okay. This is totally fucked up. This is totally fucked up if this actually frickin' boots. No way. Bro. Bro! We're in OBE? Really? No way. No, this is horse shit. This is horse shit. No, we're in fucking no. No. The welcome screen? We're done? The desktop! Holy crap! No, I don't want to do this. I've got the tablet PC panel. Bro, it freaking worked. I finally got an OS installed. I know I'm talking like in a maniacal way, but oh my god. Finally, it worked. And look how quick that boot up was because we got a freaking SSD. Holy shit. Holy shit. Old school Windows XP saved this computer. Old school Windows XP rules. I have a lot more respect for Windows XP now. Alright, getting back to seriousness here. Yes, somehow, by some miracle, Windows XP Tablet PC Edition 2002 Service Pack 1 somehow saved my Toshiba Satellite A305 S6905. How in the frick-frack that happened, I don't know. Don't ask because I have no idea. But it fucking worked. I don't get it, man. Well, let's try to activate this legitimately, and if we can't, then we'll crack activate this. Here we go. Activate Windows. Change, I want to do telephone. I forgot you have to say telephone activation before you can do change product key. Right. Generating new installation ID. Okay, great. Change product key. Please be the OEM one. God damn it. This is a retail copy. Shit. Well, I can already tell my OEM key's not going to work because this is a retail copy, kids. Yay! Well, that's okay, because you know what? The good thing about Windows XP... Oh, we got 60 days left for activation. I forgot about this, so this must have been an MSDN copy. So, yeah. Be right back. We're going to crack this crap. Alright, 60 days left for activation. Prepare to meet your doom. Oh, yeah, we could probably take the disk out, too, can't we? Can we go to it? Yes, okay, great. Alright, so where's our XP activator? Oh, for frick's sakes. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do the installer. Did it do anything? Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Press any key to continue. Done. Please reboot your continue. Here, please reboot your continue. Yes, great English there, Ben. Okay, let's reboot. And let's hope this frickin' thing works. Yeah, I think this is actually the same activator that Kugi used in his hardcore Windows XP video. It looked exactly the same. Oh yeah, I should probably take the frickin' CD out, but let's see if that permanently activated Windows. Let's hope it did. Again, this is Service Pack 1. And look how quickly that boots. Holy mackerel. Okay, yeah, I don't want the tablet PC wizard again, so just piss off. Okay, are we activated? We are not. Seriously. So, yeah, it's probably because we have Service Pack 1, most likely. So I'm going to have to find an older crack that can activate. That's a problem. Well, there is also a registry fix that you can do. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to have to do that off camera because guess who doesn't have a valid product key? Well, I mean, I have a valid product key, but it's a retail key is the problem. So that's the problem. I have a retail key, or no, sorry, I have an OEM key, and that won't work with a retail copy. Bummer. It may have been because I ran the other file too. Let's just see. Let me go back here. XP activator. Legit crack control, Windows XP crack, 100% good, yeah, WGA. Why does this have freaking Windows Genuine Advantage? Try this again. Deleting all old backup files, could not find legit check, could not find deleting old cracked files, creating backup files, done, reboot your system. Process, oh, it needs WGA, oh, for fudgesicles sakes. Oh. Run installer.bat, press any key, check Microsoft Update, Norton Antivirus 2008, Microsoft Download Center. Oh, it needs freaking, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It needs, I see what this is. It needs freaking, you have to have the Windows Genuine Advantage tool on here. So this is designed for like Service Pack 2 and later, and this is only Service Pack 1. Okay, well, screw it. Okay, well, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, you know what? So screw it. Screw it. Screw it. Here's what we're going to do. All right, ready? Ready, kids? We're going to have to do it the old regedit way. So, WikiHow, here I come. So hold on. Let me go ahead and get the data for the frickin' activation crack. Because guess what, kids? I forgot this activation crack doesn't freaking... Well, it probably does, but... we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, actually, you know what I just realized? WikiHow actually has an article that may allow me to use an OEM key to activate this. So you know what, kids? You and me together, we're going to frickin' hack Windows XP in 2023. So let's go to regedit. Boom. Okay, apparently we need to go... Yeah, we're not going to back up the registry because if it fails, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to simply reinstall Windows because now we know it works. HKLM, software, Microsoft, Windows NT. So we need to go to HKLM, software, Microsoft, Windows NT, current version, WPA events, this guy. Okay, there's the Ubi timer. Ubi timer, you say modify. Delete the values, you type in new numbers, it doesn't matter what you put here, you need to keep the format consistent. If you deleted 4 characters, you need to replace. So apparently we go here. We gotta delete all this. Oh, no, don't do that. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Oh, no. Okay, so let's get rid of this. So I gotta go back to here. I'm just following along with my article here. I'm just making sure it exactly matches, okay. Type in new numbers. You'll need to keep the format consistent. If you deleted 4 characters, you'll need to replace the section with 4 characters, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel. Yeah, we only had 4 characters. Okay, just making sure. Okay, so we just put a bunch of D's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Okay, done. Okay. Just making sure. Type in new numbers. It doesn't matter. Click OK. Click Exit. Okay. File. exit. We go back to the activation program here. Okay, blah, 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 paste it into the activation field. So you go to telephone, change product key, telephone, change product key. Okay, so we say telephone, next, change product key. If you don't know the version of Windows XP your computer is running, which I do, in case I do know, to confirm your activation of XP, click back. Okay, well, according to this, theoretically, I should be able to use my Windows XP Tablet PC Edition product key on the bottom of the COA of this Toshiba Protege. So let's see if this frickin' thing works. Okay, I'm going to type the key in. Ready? Here we go. I'm just going to cut this out and hopefully this frickin' thing works. Of course. That's the problem, because this is a OEM key and it needs a retail key. And that's the problem I was telling you guys about. So I'm going to have to find a different crack activator because apparently this method does not work. So I'll do this off camera. So after a bit of shuffling around, I managed to get my hands on anti-WPA3, which doesn't seem to work. Of course it doesn't. I was going to say, because here's the thing. Anti-WPA3, just for those who don't know, oh, because I clicked the wrong freaking file. Control-C. No, don't terminate the batch job. Oh, sorry, I forgot to hit enter. Whoops. Sorry. I was going to say, I pressed the... It would help if I actually read what it was telling me to do. Frickin' piece of garbage. Alright. Now let's reboot the system. Did we successfully activate? Let's find out. Yes. I forgot. This is actually a patch that I've used for a while now. It's called anti-WPA3. I had a flash drive that had this file, that had this activator on it, but literally, this is actually, I was wrong. This is the activator that, I went back to Koogie's video on Hardcore Windows XP, and this was the crack he used. I probably can't provide a download link to this activator because Microsoft would probably have my, nads in a salad shooter. But there we go. We don't have the frickin' activate Windows anymore because anti-WPA did it again! Woo! Screw you, Bill. Sorry, I shouldn't be so loud. But anyways, yeah, it's already 10 o'clock, so I probably should go to bed soon, but good golly. I finally can put this nightmare behind me. Alright. Well, we just need to get drivers on here, but good lord. This was just a frickin' conundrum. Like, this whole damn thing, man. Alright. I think that's a good stopping point for tonight. We finally got an operating system loaded onto this freaking computer. Holy crap. As if this wasn't bad enough. Oh, boy. I can't believe this actually freaking worked. Like, I'm seriously just still speechless that somehow, miraculously, I got Windows XP, even though it wasn't Service Pack 3. It doesn't even matter at this point. All I know is I'm exhausted, I'm fatigued, and I'm ready to go to bed. So, you know what? I don't even care that we're missing our Ethernet driver. I just don't care. Oops, sorry, wrong thing. I wanted to go to Device Manager. We're probably missing every conceivable driver, but you know what? We're missing like a whole shit ton of drivers. And what do we get for the net? Probably the modem, right? Yeah, 1394, yeah, so that's the... Oh, no, sorry, that's the FireWire. That's FireWire. I don't even care, man. I don't even care. I honestly don't even care. We got this working. That's all that matters. We finally at least got some sort of operating system installed on this freaking computer. So, now, I'm going to go to bed. And I think it's safe to say the saga is over. Finally. Yeah, okay. So, at this point, we can call this a win. Yay, because I finally got an operating system loaded on here. But this has just been a whole conglomerate of just installation frustration. Like, no, not to copy Crazy Ken or anything, but my golly, this has just been pure frustration getting a freaking operating system on this thing. But we finally did it, you and me together. Alright, it's late. I gotta go to bed. Thank God I'm not working tomorrow because it's Martin Luther King Day. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. They help out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more. Take care, everyone. Isaac Wright, you're awesome. Even though you were wrong, I don't care. You're still an awesome viewer. Keep up the patronage, my man. And I'll see you guys later.